Today's program is brought to you by PennyStockProfessor.com. For all the best OTCBB stock picks, sign up at PennyStockProfessor.com. I'm Brandon Vincent, and I'd like to thank you for joining in to another TBC Daily News Update.
Welcome to TBC Today News Update. I'm Angelina Soriano. In financial news today, a congressional panel accused Bank of America Corporation on Tuesday of knowing about Merrill Lynch and Company's losses as early as November 2008. Suggesting the bank lied to investors and saying it did not grasp the depth of the problems until the following month. Democrats on the U.S. House Oversight and Government Reform Committee unveiled internal Bank of America documents they said showed the bank was alarmed by the losses far before shareholders of both companies approved the merger last December 5th. The panel has been probing events leading up to the deal's completion on January 1st. It has been trying to pinpoint when the bank knew Merrill was on its way to what would become a $15.8 billion loss. The panel has also been trying to determine whether Bank of America was prepared to try to stop the merger or seek government help to finish it. In technology news, an Indian Ocean airline is planning the first regular flights for more than 800 passengers after buying a budget version of the Airbus A380, the world's largest airliner with economy seating throughout. Reunion-based Air Austral confirmed an order for 2 Super Jumbos at the Dubai Air Show and said it would operate them between Paris and the French Overseas Department from 2014. The deal will put the A380 into service as the industry's largest people carrier and comes 80 years after the first wood and canvas plane touched down on the Indian Ocean island, after making the 9,300-kilometer trip from Paris in 10 days. The A380 entered service in 2007 and is designed to seat 525 people in ordinary 3-class seating, or 853 people when its 2 floors of cabins are filled with economy seats, giving it 8 more times capacity than Airbus's smallest model, the A318. In fashion news today, Cartier, maker of fine jewelry and watches for the wealthy, has expanded its range of more affordable products ahead of Christmas, meaning more than just a select few may find its red boxes in their stockings this year. Cartier, part of Luxury Goods Group, expects this year's Christmas sales to be stronger than the weak 2008 festive period, echoing last week's message from Richemont chief executive Norbert Platt. The brand, which traces its origins back to a Parisian jewelry workshop in 1847, launched its latest collection, Les Must, earlier this month, and chief executive Bernard Fornes told Reuters demand has so far been very, very strong. The price tags, pitched between $298 and around $4,000, appeal not only to younger clients but also to more mature shoppers looking for presents for teenagers. Cartier wanted to give clients more choice in this price category in the run-up to the festive period. The watch and jewelry industry has been grappling with a sharp drop in consumer demand as a result of the most severe economic downturn in decades, while many retailers stopped ordering new stock as a result of weak consumer sentiment. The collection is available in all of Cartier's 280 boutiques across the world and builds on products the brand already offers. Today's small cap dynamic watch list is brought to you by OTCBB.com. Quote Media Incorporation, QMCI, Mobile Pro Corporation, MOBL, Unigene Laboratories Incorporation, UGNE, Opexa Therapeutics Incorporation, OPXA, Cargo Connection Logistics Holding Incorporation, CRGO, Axial Vector Engine Corporation, AXVC. The following companies listed by trading symbol also included in watch list are as followed: XKEM, RGRP, ACHI, IMNR, CKEIE, MGEN, and VAO.
And now in today's green news, if you became wealthy enough to own oceanfront property, would it bother you if dozens of wind turbines were planted in your view? Would you mind if the vista that was once nature's great blue sea was occupied by man's machines? So far, there are no offshore wind farms in the U.S. waters. Stiff resistance from oceanfront landowners has kept them from being built. No matter where wind developers try, someone with an investment in this ocean view has protested. With excellent wind resources along much of the coastline, millions of Americans may be denied a power-packed source of clean energy because of the power of the few. The solution is to keep offshore wind turbines hidden from view. If people can't see them, they can't complain. The $8 million funding may be just the beginning of the federal project for floating wind. It would take an additional $20 billion to build a 5-gigawatt floating wind farm, but a project of that size would create more than 15,000 jobs, all of which Maine would be more than happy to supply. And now in today's tech news, what if a new version of Windows didn't try to dazzle you? What if instead it tried to disappear except when you needed it? Such an operating system would dispense with glitzy effects in favor of low-key, useful new features. Rather than pelting you with alerts, warnings, and requests, it would try to stay out of your sight, and if any bundled applications weren't essential, it wouldn't include them. This is not a what-if scenario. It's Windows 7. Released on October 22nd, it has a minimalist feel and attempts to fix annoyances old and new. In contrast, Windows Vista offered a flashy new interface, but its poor performance, compatibility issues, and lack of compelling features made some consumers regret upgrading and others refuse to leave Windows XP. Windows 7 is hardly flawless. Some features feel unfinished, and others won't realize their true potential without heavy lifting from third parties. And some long-standing annoyances do remain intact. But overall, the final shipping product appears to be a worthy successor to Windows XP. Microsoft's release of Windows 7 also roughly coincides with Apple's release of the new Snow Leopard. Of course, an operating system can't be a winner if it turns a zippy PC into a slowpoke or if it causes installation nightmares. Windows 7 largely dispenses the onslaught of warnings from the operating system about troubleshooting issues and potential security problems. A new area called the Action Center is actually a revamped version of Windows Vista's Security Center. The Action Center also queues such alerts so that you can deal with them at your convenience. All of this helps make Windows 7 the least distracting, least intrusive Microsoft operating system in a very long time. It's a giant step forward from the days when Windows thought nothing of interrupting your work to inform you that it had detected unused icons on your desktop. Overall, waiting a bit before making the leap makes sense. Waiting forever, however, does not. Microsoft took far too long to come up with a satisfactory replacement for Windows XP. But whether you choose to install Windows 7 on your current system or get it on the next new PC you buy, you'll find that it's the unassumingly, thoroughly practical upgrade that you've been waiting for. On behalf of all of us at TBC, I want to thank you for tuning in to another TBC Daily News Update.